Hello, fellow drinkers at the Jolly Heretic, resident poet here, and a hello again to those of us joining from History Debunked. Now, hopefully some of you, or indeed all of you, managed to catch Ed's stream last night, where he had a returning guest in the form of Mr. Charlie Veitch. And Mr. Veitch is a denizen of the great city of Manchester, and he had one or two rather interesting things to say about that place. Tonight we have young Mr. Veitch. He refreshes parts others can't reach. A Scottish ex-banker, but far from an unpleasant person. Let's hope that this evening's a peach. And I think it probably was something of a peach. Marvellous, full and frank exchange of views between the two gentlemen. Now, as always, as has become my custom of late, I will continue to attempt to make something of a dent in my poetic backlog. Now, some weeks ago, Ed tweeted on the anniversary of the Rivers of Blood speech by the late Enoch Powell. The regular panning of Powell is as tedious as it is foul, but lefties keep droning with incessant moaning. Why don't they throw in the towel? But I have a funny feeling that they will never throw in the towel. And then shortly after that, of course, it was the 23rd of April, St. George's Day, and we had the usual chorus of folk across Twitter saying, oh, but St. George wasn't English. Actually, he wasn't English at all. I wonder if in Scotland they do that with St. Andrew. Not sure. Perhaps someone could tell me in the comments if they do that. I don't think they do. Anyway, dear George, our fine patron saint, but for some their love for him's faint. They say he's a Turk, this continues to irk, foreign he certainly ain't. So that was my view on the St. George's Day festivities. And shortly afterwards, Ed released another video on bullying, this time of the female variety. The bullying favoured by ladies is worse than the fires of Hades. Hell hath no fury, they're both judge and jury, swift like a speeding Mercedes. So an interesting point of view there on the feminine side of bullying, which I believe can be even more cruel than the male one. Then, not long afterwards, we heard the sad news, re the untimely death of Barry Humphries, the man behind everyone's favourite Melbourne housewife, Edna Everage. Rest in peace, dear Dame Edna Everage, an Aussie of great social leverage. A shame that our Barry could no longer tarry. Let's toast him by quaffing a beverage. And I'm sure he would have appreciated that. Rest in peace, Barry. Then, not long after, later on, Ed told us the story of how he lost his wallet, but it was soon returned intact, a mark of the high trust exhibited by the Finnish people. If Finland is really high trust, then visiting's really a must. Their local tongue does sound like it's sung. Clearly then, Oulu or bust. And hard on the heels of that, Ed mooted the possibility of doing a stream or a video entirely in Finnish. Finnish, a difficult tongue. Best learnt when one is young. I'd be such a failure on a trip to Karelia and other parts also far-flung. So yes, I can't see myself mastering Finnish anytime soon at my age. And now it's time for today's funny story. So, a man returns home after visiting his mother-in-law in hospital, and his wife approaches him and says, well, how's my mother then? And the man says, well, I assume she'll get out of hospital very soon, move in with us and stay with us for good. And the wife says, well, what gives you that idea? And the man says, well, the doctor told me to prepare for the worst. So that was just a roundup from me today of the Jolly Heretics output and that of History Debunked. If you did enjoy it, please do like and subscribe. And thank you very much for watching, and hopefully we'll see each other very soon. Goodbye.